Can anybody tell me what's question 4 says?
40x.
40x to the what?
Power of -7.
-7.
Y squared.
Square.
Over number 4. 5x squared. Y to the power of 3.
Is that number 4? I feel like this is number 4. Okay, number 1. -2/3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the question is very good to establish here. The thing is, you have to learn how to simplify, and I'll write down all the rules, and I'll tell you which rule I use. So a to the m times a to the n equal to a to the m plus n. This is the first rule. This is just the product rule. This is a to the m over a to the n equal to a to the m minus n. Now there's a 1 here, but you don't have to write it down. Now for me, I just know that's numerator. Third, that's going to be anything to the 0 is 1. The fourth rule is going to be anything negative. So a to the negative n equal to 1 over a to the n. Or you should have this copied down already. That's equal to a n over 1. But it doesn't matter if you can copy a few more times, you memorize it. A to the m to the n equal to a to the m times n. And the 6 is going to be a to the n roots of m is equal to a to m over n. So those are the 6 different rules that you always follow. So which rule I will follow first here? Rule number what?
The fifth one?
What'd you say?
One?
First one?
The fifth one.
The fifth one. Okay. So there was a debate between third one and the fifth one. Oh no, second one and the fifth one. Now here's the thing. If you listen to mathematically will tell you PEMDAS. So let's just think about again. Are you sure it's going to be the fifth one? What'd you say? So what the parentheses tells you? Yes, because that's inside the parentheses. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So then you can actually simplify the 40 and 5. This is equal to 8 over 1. If you really have struggling, write down that 1. I think the US says, you know, I don't know where to place there, but there's a 1 there. If you want to place there, it doesn't matter. And this is x to the -7. Now, the rule number 2 is top minus bottom, stay on the top. So top minus bottom, stay on the top. There's no more x, just x to the -7. And the y to the 2 minus 3. And then that's going to give you -2/3. Any questions here? And that's going to give you 8x to the -9, y to the -1 to the -2/3. Now, yesterday we talked about this can be the first power. If that's a first power, so can I just write down 8 to the -2/3 power? I use rule number 5. Why? Because I already take care of inside the parenthesis. Now I just want to take care of the exponents after that. Are you following me so far? Okay. So that's going to be x. Well, -9 times -2/3. That's going to give you what? Simplify. +6, right?
Yeah.
And the y to the what? 2/3. And that's it. Well, you say, well, is that done? Not entirely, but you get to this point, you say, okay, well, let's simplify the 8 to the 2/3 because that involves different things. So then it's equal to x to the 6, y to the 2/3. I'm going to use rule number 4 now because there was a negative exponent. I usually use that very end because that's cleaning things up to get to 8 to the 2/3. And then you can say it's x to the 6, y to the 2/3. What happened? You're going to use rule number 6. This is the third roots 8 squared. Power over roots. Now what you're going to do is going to get you a 2 because third roots of 8 is 2. 2 squared, x to the 6, y to the 2/3. And x to the 6, y to the 2/3 over 4. And that's my final answer. And that's the same as Safaka. A little bit more challenging questions. It has a lot of rules. If you pay attention, what rule do I use? I use 2. Does it always in this order? No. But this usually you want to take care of follow PEMDAS. Now, if you did what Emerson says to do, it's not wrong, but it's going to take a lot longer because you got to carry the 2/3 to every single power inside. It takes a lot longer to do. Does that make sense? And also, you didn't simplify 40 over 5 yet. Before you do that, that's going to be, you're going to get 40 to the negative 2/3 power, and actually that's not good. So you want to simplify whatever inside the parentheses first. Okay, so this will be a simple test question. I'm just going to give you another one, and I'll give you some homework. I just want to make sure you guys knowing what you're doing. Is that okay? So I'm going to give you 2 questions. We're going to start with, is any other question for homework you don't understand? Yes. 6. What's question 6? Can you tell me what's question 6?
2x squared
2x squared
minus 4y
minus 4y
over negative y squared
negative y squared
minus 2y.
minus 2y. Now, I didn't go over this one. So what happened? I said x equal to what?
Negative 2 and then y equals negative 3.
Negative 3. Now, here's the rule. The rule is every time you substitute something, you better put a parenthesis. If you don't, then you already mess up. You start like this. Always substitute, put a parenthesis. So you're going to learn to use that. 2 times negative 2 squared minus 4 times negative 3 over negative of negative 3 squared minus 2 times negative 3. Any questions here? Did you put a parenthesis? If you did, you're on the right track. If you did not, that's where you start losing it. Okay, so if a parenthesis, then you have to understand here, this negative 2 here, it should square first. Negative 2 squared, that's going to give you 4. And then 4 times 2, because you don't do this 2 first. This 2 first is bad because you're not following the PEMDAS. Again, there's a lot of PEMDAS going. So this actually happened first. So negative 2 times negative 2 is equal to 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And 2 negative signs add together, multiply together, is going to be plus 12. Now, again, this one you're going to square first. Negative 3 times negative 3 squared, that's equal to positive 9. But end up with a negative one in the front, so it's negative 9. And then plus 6. And then that's going to give you a negative 3 over 20, which is the answer what I got over there. Where did you get confused?
I think I got it. I wasn't sure I was doing it in the correct order, still though.
I mean, if you do math correct, it doesn't matter which order. So if you follow what Emerson did, it's not going to get it wrong. But sometimes, as long as your math process is correct, it should be fine if you got the right answer. But as long as you don't do anything that break the math rules. Questions? Okay. We're going to still continue to talk about exponent rule, but I'm going to give you a practice question. So that way you know if you got it. I'm going to give you 2. Okay, first questions. I'm going to give you an easy one. So it'll be 2 to the x to the negative 2, y to the 3 to the negative 2 power. The second one I'm going to give you says 20, actually, hold on a second, let me figure out. 32 over 2x to the 1/2 and x to the negative 3 over 2, y to the 4 and y to the negative 4 and negative 2 to the negative 3/4. Okay, so let's see if you can simplify both. Liam. His name Liam. What's your name? What's your name?
Bennett.
Bennett? Okay, sorry. Bennett, you're going to start working or you're just going to stare at it? There's 2 choices in life. You can stare at it and waiting things to happen, or you can do it. Yes. Yes, on the bottom, -3/2. Hello. Join the club. Hi, Anthony. How are you? Let me guess, you switched from Mr. Kinch?
No, Mr. T. Because I didn't have a teacher until now.
You don't have a teacher?
I didn't have a teacher until just now. For AP this class.
So you had a teacher before?
No, we had like that's and like a paper with like fraction and subtraction.
Yeah, we are doing that because a lot of people are missing. But we're doing exponent rule right now.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just a placeholder guy. Like somebody was giving me papers.
Okay. Come here. I need you to get your phone and scan this code. Those of you guys new, come talk to me afterwards, but make sure you scan it first. It's basically a WhatsApp app. Do you have WhatsApp?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically just a group chat. I post a homework on that. So I don't use Canvas. I think that's too much trouble.
Yeah, like this.
And you can ask questions inside if you need it. You guys can also ask questions inside the group chat too. I usually respond in the group chat. So that's a way I just, my AP group chat yesterday is like 200 message helping each other out. How to do a certain problem because I figure like this is just a community. I have a group chat from like 10 years ago, like from my old students. So I help them through there. It's much easier than doing through other places. Once you're done, check with each other, see what I get. I'm gonna check attendance. Oh. Anthony, there's a 2 question on the board. You can see if you know how to do it. And I just went over it, so. Austin's done. After you're done, check with each other. Ask the neighbors. It's what you get. Hey, you're gonna find out that this is no longer gonna be a seat after the first test. You're gonna be in group, so you're gonna start learning each other. So you are Anthony?
Yeah.
Okay. Rylan is in the back. Jesus, Astrid. Liam, is Liam here? Liam still not enter. Leah, Ian, Emerson, Bennett, Jade, Sarah. Who's Caitlin Grace? Okay, that's you. New, right? You're new, right? Julia Hewitt. Julia? Not here today? Oops, wrong one. Absent. Armin. Okay. Ines Namuri. Oh, that you are new. Okay. Austin.
Here.
Brandon. Okay. Mariana,
Here.
Andrew, Lopez, Cohen, Sarah, Neva. Okay, and now I start getting realize switch Sarah switch now. Kaylee. Okay, Charlotte. Nearly. McKenna. Okay, Madison or Astrid. Sorry, Astrid. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get your name wrong. I'll try to fix it. Jayla. Jayla. Oh, sorry. Aiden. Neo. Neo. Is Neo here? Neo's not here. Asafa and Sneo. Anika? Oh, that's Anika. Okay, I know your name now. All right, so first of all, which rule I follow here? First question. First question, which rule I follow? Of all the 6 rules, which rule I follow here? It's not distribution, but which rule of exponent? But I see what you're saying. The rule number 5, which is called power rule. Okay, 2 to the negative 2, x to the 4, y to the negative 6. And then what do I do next? What do I do next, Sarah? No?
I'm not sure.
Not sure? Okay. Yes.
Can you like move the 2 down and the y down? Then it's 2 squared and y.
Yep. And that's it. The answer is right here. Bennett. You need to have to stay awake, Bennett. You're not gonna fall asleep in my class. Okay, 32. So what do I do next for this particular one? Sorry,
You divide 36 by 2.
it's 32.
32, sorry. By 32 by 2.
Okay, so that's gonna be 16. And what happened with the x? Yeah. Okay, so what will it be? Perfect. Okay, so perfect. How about y, Mariana? Y to the negative 4 minus negative 2, which is negative 2. Good. So negative 3 over 4. So that is the n. So here it's going to give you 16x to the what? 2.
2.
Y to the negative 2 to the negative 3 over 4. So it'd be 16 to the negative 3 over 4 because this is to the 1. X to the what? Negative 3 half, right? And the y to the 3 over 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so then y to the 3 over 2? X to the 3 over 2 on the bottom, 16 to the 3 over 4. Does anybody know what 16 to the 3 4 is? Yen? Do you know what 16 to the 3 4? Hold on, I'm asking Yen because Yen's falling asleep. No. 16 to 3 4, Austin. 8. Because it's a 4th root of 16 to the 3rd. Now, there's no way you know 16 to the 3rd without calculator because on my test, you don't have calculator. But you do know 16 to the 4th root. That means 2. 2 to the 3rd power is 8. So y to the 3 over 2, 8x to the 3 over 2. So I already start seeing which person is gonna survive now. I see Austin, I see Mariana, I see Safa. I think people are doing, knowing a little bit, at least is actively trying to get better. I don't know if you get it right or wrong, but I get a feeling on certain people, like we are trying things. Yes.
Maybe I'm missing something. Why does the x squared become x power of
Because this 2 times this. So 2 times -3/4. This is 2, so it'll be -3/2. That becomes multiplication because you have power outside. That becomes a multiplications. So on a group chat, the reason why I established a group chat is because sometimes you did this. You can say, hey, this is the answer I got. What did you guys get? You can ask other people. And maybe you can help other people. Maybe you cannot. Maybe you can. I know for a fact that the student that usually involved with helping other people, they end up getting better. At AP Calculus, there's a kid named Luke. I don't know if you know him. His last name is very hard to pronounce. He loves to cook. Yeah, Marino. You know him?
Yeah.
Okay. He's lovely. He helped somebody until 10:45. But you know why? He said, I'm gonna get better because I'm gonna get better by helping. Not only that, like there's a student that usually helping other people, I usually end up rewarding them. Like a Sim, her brother. Like if anybody I need a tutor, I say call a Sim. Anybody you guys need a tutor, call her brother. And you gotta pay him. If you're a good student of mine, I'm gonna refer you. And you can make good money out of it. Simple as that. So the more you try, the better off. And you don't know how much SAT score you're gonna improve. So if you don't work hard, this is probably the best SAT prep class you're gonna get. Okay, so all right, so I'm not gonna spend more time talk about those. I'm gonna talk about what we're gonna do today. What we're gonna do today is also teach you another SAT strategy. It's called splitting. Splitting is you learn at 4th grade. So A plus B over C equal to A over C plus B over C. You learn this. Trust me, you learn this. At 4th grade, you learn this. Remember 1/4 plus 3/4 is equal to what? 1 plus 3/4. Do you remember this?
Mhm.
But we never learned it backwards. Like 1 plus 3/4 is equal to 1/4 plus 3/4. You never learn it backwards. But I'm going to teach you. You can do backwards. If bottom is one term, if bottom is monomials, they call it monomial. Monomial. Right? Okay, so monomial, the bottom is monomial, you can always split. So let's just say if I have 6x to the 4th y squared minus 12x to the -2y to the 3 and minus 3x to the 2y to the 3rd over 3x squared y to the square. Something like this. I want you to simplify. I want you to divide this. Now the thing is, bottom is monomial. You're gonna be like this 3 term. No, that's 1 term. Each term I multiply each other, they are 1. All those are 1 term. So what you can do is what? No. Split it individually. Yes. So when you divide it, that's gonna give you like this. Minus 12x to the -2, y to the -3. Oh, sorry, y to the 3. Over 3x squared y squared minus 3x squared y to the 3rd over 3x squared y to the square. You're gonna say that's a lot of writing, but check out your next step. It's just quotient rule. This is gonna be 2, so it'll be 2x squared, and y squared minus square is gonna be 0. Anything to the 0 power is 1 minus 4 x to the -4 because top minus bottom, y to the 1 minus the 3 x squared cancel y. and that's 2x squared minus 4y over x to the fourth minus y. And this is my final answer. After I simplify, it looks much nicer. Everything is cleaned up. I don't need to combine, I just individual terms like this. You divide it. Am I going too fast? Okay, which part is too fast?
The part where you simplify all three of them.
Okay, so the 6 and 3 simplify.
No, 2x squared.
2x squared part. Okay, so do you see this is 4 and this is 2? So it'll be x to the 4 over x to the 2 equal to x to the 4 minus 2 equal to x squared. So that's how you get x squared. Y squared minus square. So y squared over y squared, that's going to be 1 because that's going to be y to the 0. Y to the 0 is 1, so it just becomes like this. Got it? And I do the same thing on just pretty much yesterday's question, just 3 times. Quotient rules. Questions? Yes.
Is it, for the second term in the answer, isn't it 4x to the fourth on top?
No. It's -2 minus 2. -2 minus 2 is going to be -4. But -4 is on the numerator. You don't want a negative exponent, so you want to switch the denominator to become x to the fourth.
So you switch 4x.
So for
4y.
example, if you have x to the -2 over x2, right?
Mhm.
That's going to be top minus bottom. That's equal to x to the fourth. -4, right?
Mhm.
And that's 1 over x to the fourth. So that's why x to the 4 is on the bottom. And y3 minus y squared is going to be y to the 1, so y stay on the top. Because it's a positive exponent, it stay on the top. If anything is negative exponent, that's why you switch sides.
So what about the coefficient?
Coefficient, just 12 divided by 3 is going to be 4. Even those people are new, you guys understand so far? Okay. Any questions? So even 3 terms you can split up individually. Okay. So homework, you gotta try to do it correct. If you got it wrong, go back, edit with the red pen, and change it, and make a mistake. Says why did you make mistakes, and that's how you fix those things. Okay, let's talk about another exponent rule. Then this is something that's gonna help you in your science class. Anybody's taking AP chemistry right now? Chemistry right now? Chemistry honor? 10th grade should take chemistry honor, right? So what happened is you gotta deal with scientific notations. Have you guys dealt with scientific notation yet? Okay, so what is scientific notation? I'm gonna go through scientific notation. Yeah, his mom is a chemistry teacher, so.
Where you represent very large or very small numbers, like having a lot of zeros, with powers of 10, so 10 to the power of something. Like this. So like 10 to the power of 5 is when I have 5 zeros.
He's absolutely right. So to represent some numbers very large, some numbers very small, you don't want to write down all the zero behind it. It's much easier. So for example, let's say, you know, just like, 230,000. So 230,000 can be written in a certain way. So you move from the decimal, you move depends 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why do you have to move? Because scientific notation is a times 10 to the n, and a has to be between 1 and 10. Is greater than 1 but less than 10. So then all you gotta do is move decimal to where it becomes, you know, between 1 and 10. So in this case, you're gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's gonna be 2.3 times 10 to the 5. That's a representation of this. Have you guys seen this before on science class? Yes? No? Okay, some of you guys are freshmen, so. And that just say 0.2, sorry, let's say 0.00041. This one you had to move decimal place, but on the other direction. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Because you get to 3, that's still 0.41. It's not greater than 1. You had to move to the 4th times to get between 1 and 10. So that's going to be 4.1 times 10 to the, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's moving the other direction, so it's a -4 because you're a smaller number. Anything smaller than 1, you're going to get negative exponent, and you're going to get positive exponents if this number is greater. Ian's mom is actually AP Chem teacher here. So if you have her, she's actually very good at what she's doing. Is she teaching AP Chem this year? She is?
I actually don't think she's had a.
I think she does.
She doesn't have the most. She's got the second most. She's got honors and advanced, but not AP.
No, she changed it. You can ask her. Yes.
Is that sort of multiplication?
That's multiple simples. It's not x. Good question. That's a times. Okay. Now here's the thing. Why is it got to do with exponent rules? For example, you have two scientific notation can multiply each other. They follow exactly the exponent rule. That's why I talk about it. Myself, I'm a chemistry major, so I know how important this is. You gotta study in physics and chemistry. So let's just say if you have 2 times 10 to the 4th, and times 4 times 10 to the, actually, let's do 5, let's do 6. I'm gonna talk about that. 6, okay? 10 to the 8, like this. So I'm gonna show you how likely. So that's not x. That's a multiplication. That's a good question. Just think about 2x to the 4 times 6x to the 8th. So what happened when those two multiply? What happened if these two multiply each other? We're not talking about scientific notation.
You add the two exponents.
Good. I love that. 12 x to the 12th. You add the exponent, coefficient just multiply because you're multiplying two things. It turns out right here with scientific notation, if you multiply scientific notation, they happen the same way. So you see the coefficient, which is 2 and 6. They are no different. So that's going to be 12 times 10 to the 4 plus 8. So it's equal to 12 times 10 to the 12. That is the scientific notation, but not yet. Pay attention. Why is this the wrong scientific notation?
Because it's greater than 10.
It's greater than 10. Now, is it possible to make it less than 10? Yes, of course. You move this so you can say 1.2 times 10 to the first, right? Because I can change this 12 into this times 10 to the 12th. So therefore 1.2 times 10 to the 13 because they have the same base. So the final answer is 1.2 times 10 to the 13, which is roughly 1.120000000, something like 13, 13 places. So this is a scientific notation. So you realize scientific notation follow exponent rule as well. So it's not something abnormal. It's not something strange. It's something that just happened all the time. So you learn a little bit basic in chemistry. So it hopefully will help you in chemistry's class. I also want to talk about something that's very important, which is dimension analysis. But I don't know if I can fit into this curriculum. I probably can. I will. So now you know all the exponent rules. Okay. I have how much time?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Let's talk about factoring. The most important is GCF factoring. And this is our Algebra 1 review. This is not something new. So do you guys know how to factor 2x minus 6? How do I factor this? Yes. Good. 2x minus 3. Is everything okay? Very easy, right? How about this? What is this? I don't need it. I know you know. I need Natalie. Natalie Robinson, right? Nellie. Okay, Nellie Robinson. What can I factor here?
Take out a -8 and an x.
Ooh, I like that. So there was an x and x here, and there's an x here. So they both have x, so you can take out x. And I like what she says. She did not just say 8, she said -8. If the first coefficient is negative, always factor out a negative. So therefore, it's -8 times x minus plus 2. Sorry, plus 2. County, very good. This is called GCF. GCF look at the variables and the constant. So look at the which variable has the most you can factor out. And you look at the constant. The first constant is negative, always factor out a negative. Yes. Oh, this is 2, right?
Yeah.
This is 1, sorry. My fault. This is bad. Sometimes I'm absent-minded. I'm so sorry. If you distribute, you're gonna get the same thing. So I'm gonna talk about one last one for GCF. So what is GCF of this? What can I factor out here? I know you know. Austin probably know. Omar probably know. The girl all the way there, the new girl. What's your name?
McKenna.
McKenna. What can I factor out here?
Be a 2, but I guess it'd be a -2 and x and y.
That's awesome. -2, x and y. Why? Because they both have x, but there's x squared and there's x, but they both have a y as well, and they both have 2. But the first one's coefficient is negative, so you factor out that. So McKenna, what can you do after you factor out? What do you have left?
-2.
X minus 2. That's awesome. Okay. That's it. And that's how you factor something. And not just GCF. Tomorrow we're going to go to trinomial, factor by grouping. We're going to talk about GCF. We're going to talk about all the things. Right, and make sure you get your homework done. Or switch out its class, because I can make more C for other people who actually care. And same thing's abandoned. Austin, good job. You play sports? What sport?
Sorry, I swim.
Oh, you swim. Oh yeah,
It's just swimming.
okay. You know Edison?
Yeah.
Stump?
I swim with Addison, AJ, and Luke.
AJ.
That's AJ. AJ's definitely good.
Luke Pablo? Luke Pablo?
No, Luke didn't read.
Oh, did you already know? I didn't know he did.
He does swimming in.
Oh, okay.
Is there any homework tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
So what happened is I just post on the group chat.
Okay.
And it's really easy because I don't too lazy to go to the Canvas and log in all that.
Yeah,
I'm at protest against Canvas. So what you guys do is show me the next day, just show me your homework. And I only take out points. So this week is 50 points. So if you didn't do homework, then one homework is gonna be 40 points, 2 homework.
Okay. Do we have to do last night's homework as well? Would that be in?
That will be in there, but you don't have to do them. But if you understand today's stuff, you should be fine.
Okay.
So I just, I don't want you to go back because you have all other things to do as
Okay.
well. And you seems like you know what you're doing, which is good. Okay, you like math?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And you?
Okay.
You don't like math?
It's not my favorite.
Is you play soccer?
No.
It says lady soccer cat.
Yeah, it's my aunt's. She used to play soccer in college.
Okay, all right. How about you?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
You fine with it? Okay, cool. If you understand the stuff today, okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi. Hello. Everybody. Just saying hi to everybody. Sure.
Do you usually record our class or do you record starting next week?
I record yesterday this class. Why?